Is it really possible for a tiny tweak to your morning coffee routine to ignite your metabolism and put your body into full fat-burning mode for the rest of the day?
Check out the link in the video description now and transform your morning coffee into a metabolism-boosting super drink.
On Father's Day, Instagram was awash with gushing tributes from celebrities and muggles alike to the men who sired and nurtured them. Even the site's owner Mark Zuckerberg joined in, posting a photo of his dad Ed surrounded by his children and grandkids and the caption, "Happy Father's Day to the man who started and continues to inspire our whole family." But what of those for whom a father figure has always been, and remains, absent? If there's a strong mother and wider family support network in the picture, then that's a good foundation from which to potentially build a happy life. But if a child's starter years are, at best chaotic, worse, neglectful and abusive, then the chances of them staying on the straight and narrow diminishes greatly. Details are starting to emerge about the background of the two 12-year-old boys who fatally stabbed 19-year-old Sean Sisahai in a West Midlands park, and it's a predictable tale of parental failure. By contrast, Sean, an aspiring engineer from Anguilla, in the Caribbean, enjoyed a close and loving relationship with his father Suresh and mother Manashri. They were gracious enough to say they felt sorry for the killer's parents, but his mum added, 12-year-old kids should be at home doing schoolwork and then going to bed. I have 2 children and at 7:30 p.m. they had to go to bed because they have to follow the rules of the house. Hear, hear. But it sounds as though much-needed parental boundaries were sorely lacking in the lives of Sean's attackers. One reportedly comes from an extremely difficult background involving care workers and lives with a relative other than his parents. There is no father named on his birth certificate. The other lives in a flat with his mother and a sibling, again, no mention of a father, and they have moved several times in the past few years. Neighbors say both boys were groomed by a gang of older lads and one of them in particular was constantly stealing and being arrested and that social services were always here. Did this gang step unchallenged into the vacuum left by the lack of a strong male role model in the lives of these young boys? Possibly. After all, being part of a gang can feel like family in the absence of any boundaries or love at home. So was Sean's brutal murder carried out by 2 misguided, neglected kids trying to show the older lads what big men they are? Or were they just born evil and no amount of stable parenting would have changed that? Only time and the adults they become will give us the answer. Sir Ian McKellen is recovering well after falling off stage halfway through his critically acclaimed performance in Player Kings in London's West End. Medics in the audience came to his aid and, after being taken to hospital, the 85-year-old is in good spirits and hoped to be back treading the boards tonight. Disappointed theatergoers will be given refunds or tickets for another night. In 2016, I went to see Dexter star Michael C. Hall in Lazarus, a play so style over substance that I neither knew nor cared what was going on. When someone fainted in the seat directly behind me, the performance had to be halted and, as I watched them being led out of the auditorium, I felt an unabashed twinge of envy that it wasn't me. It's alleged that Kyle Walker's former mistress Lauren Goodman is planning to take their 4-year-old son Cairo to see his dad play in the 3rd Euros group game. Defender Kyle, 34, and 33-year-old Lauren haven't spoken since his wife Annie discovered he also has a daughter with the reality TV star, but a source says, Lauren truly believes that Kyle will want his son there. If Annie also attends with their 4 sons, the potential clash could make greater headlines than anything that happens on the pitch. Lauren's wish for her football-mad son to see his dad play in such a significant tournament is perhaps understandable, but for the sake of all the children involved in this mess, it should perhaps be as incognito as possible. If, as rumored, she turns up with reality show cameras in tow, one wonders whether she has her son's best interests at heart, or her own. My dad was a toolmaker, says Keir Starmer at every available opportunity. While Rishi Sunak's example of childhood deprivation is that he wasn't allowed a skybox. Yawn. I grew up in a single-parent household without a bathroom,